5 Best Places to Find Hanoi Girls. Hanoi girls, whilst being harder to get than others in Southeast Asia, are very passionate and open to foreigners. It is almost that Hanoi girls are using you more for the English language than for your wallet. 1 Vietnam Cupid. To meet Hanoi girls. Dating in Hanoi to find your dream sexy girl can be a bit tricky due to cultural differences. The best bet is to sign up for a dating site. Find your girl or girls before you arrive. Vietnam Cupid is by far the most used by Hanoi women. 5 Best Places to Find Hanoi Girls. Hanoi girls, whilst being harder to get than others in Southeast Asia, are very passionate and open to foreigners. It is almost that Hanoi girls are using you more for the English language than for your wallet. Meet Viet girls. If you want to meet Hanoi girls without paying for sex, read this article. A note of caution: prostitution is illegal in Vietnam and many hotels will not let you take a guest back to your room. Check before you book that your hotel is guest friendly. There are many options of finding a sexy Hanoi lady, and I have given you 5 pointers to start. 1 Vietnam Cupid. To meet Hanoi girls. Dating in Hanoi to find your dream sexy girl can be a bit tricky due to cultural differences. The best bet is to sign up for a dating site. Find your girl or girls before you arrive. Vietnam Cupid is by far the most used by Hanoi women. Vietnam Cupid, they have features like chat rooms and webcams, so it is easier to get to know your date before you arrange a face-to-face meeting. 2 Massage shops. Normally massage parlors will only offer hand jobs, but there are a few places that full sex is available. Remember, this is not really allowed, so keep as quiet as you can, that is if you can. There are a lot of massage parlors offering such services around Tuy Quy district and also in nearby Doc Ngu. By a lot I actually mean a few. Hanoi is quite a conservative city compared to Ho Chi Minh, and there are only a few areas where you can find massage shops that will offer sex in Hanoi. Related: best places to get sex massage in Vietnam. 3 Street girls. Street hookers in Hanoi are usually very cheap, around $30. Just negotiate with Hanoi hookers and things should be fine. Gia Lam, Dong An, and Ha Dong districts are full of street prostitutes at night. I must mention that many of the hookers are drug addicts, so take care of your valuables. Hookers in Hanoi are not like hookers in Pattaya. They will rob you given the chance, and there is not much you can do. If you get a girl from a bar she works at, then you can always go back there the next day, but street girls are freelancers and best to be avoided. 4 Bars and clubs. There are stacks of pubs and clubs around the Old Quarter and Hon Kim Lake. It is easy to find many of Hanoi's sexy girls here having fun and relaxing with friends. Just tread carefully giving personal information in public. The Hanoi girls will find exchanging phone numbers highly embarrassing. Meeting Hanoi girls and handle objections successfully. Y. Jade Sechel, contributor, author of A Seductress Confession, How to Leverage Beauty and Savor Tantalizing Pleasure. Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, is well known for its centuries-old architecture and a rich culture with Southeast Asian, Chinese, and French influences. As the second largest city of Vietnam, Hanoi is a perfect blend of East and West because it was colonized by other countries for many years. A lot of Hanoi women are very Chinese due to the cultural influence from China. However, the differences between Vietnamese women and Chinese women are quite obvious. Chinese women are very typical East Asian and the majority of them have fair skin, whereas Vietnamese beauties are more exotic as they are very well tanned naturally. Also, Vietnamese women are probably more interested in dating Western men, according to my personal experiences. More than 15 women from Vietnam have consulted with me just to learn how to get Western men. Therefore, it seems that if you are into Southeast Asian women, chances are you'll be very successful in Hanoi. In order to further help you with your adventure in Hanoi, I'm going to show you some extra tips that you can use to fast-track your success. Assume that ladies in Hanoi like you. Your self-belief is your internal compass, which is very important for your confidence. I'm not saying you should be an arrogant jerk. I mean assuming you are an attractive Western guy will make Hanoi girls like you even more. That's because when you assume everyone is interested in you, you talk differently, you behave differently, therefore, you'll eventually have different results. There is a principle which actually applies to attraction gorgeous Hanoi girl in a national dress. 2. Let me explain. If you want to have different experiences, people, and things in your life, you must do something different, because your results are brought to you by your actions. If you want to actually implement your knowledge, skills, and techniques, you must have these knowledge, skills, and techniques first. In other words, your mindset and your capabilities must be different. You must be a different person in the first place. Therefore, assuming women in Hanoi like you is a very powerful mindset, because it gives you the mental power to believe in yourself, and further gives you the strength to actually take action. When you assume women in Hanoi like you look more confident, relaxed and charismatic. Then the result will become a self-fulfilling prophecy in a good way. How to handle objections in Hanoi. If you don't know Hanoi girls well, you'll come across a range of objections. Well, many of these are opportunities that pose as objections. Let's have a look. Number 1. You go out at night market, and try to pick up girls at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., and you wonder why Vietnamese girls don't want to speak to you at night. Unlike Western culture, Vietnam has a very different nightlife. In fact, a lot of shops and restaurants don't close at night, they are open 24/7 in Hanoi. And the night market in Hanoi is full of people even at midnight. However, that doesn't mean ladies from Hanoi want to speak to strangers at midnight in the street. Usually, Hanoi beauties associate nighttime with danger subconsciously, although they have a colorful nightlife. So if you approach women at midnight in the street, that's not a smart move. But it doesn't mean you can't do it. In fact, you should do it in a different way. For example, you can ask for directions. Excuse me, which is the way to XYZ restaurant? When girls in Hanoi see you are a tourist who is just lost, their guard won't be up. Then you can continue the conversation. Number 2. Instead of directly scare Hanoi ladies, you can try indirect approach. For instance, if you are approaching a woman in a busy shopping mall in Hanoi, instead of asking her out immediately, you can ask for her opinion on shopping and fashion. Excuse me, I'm looking for a present for my brother because his birthday is next week. Could you recommend what I should buy? I'm not as fashion conscious as you. This line usually works very well when you approach a Hanoi girl in a shopping mall or a clothing shop. That's because women in Hanoi want to give their opinions about fashion. That's a part of contemporary Asian culture. Asian women are gradually becoming the most fashionable ladies on the planet due to a variety of reasons which are beyond this article. Therefore, if you can lead the conversation to this direction, she will have something to say rather than give you a rejection. Smiling young Vietnamese woman number 3. She tells you that she has a boyfriend. This is a tricky one. I am not suggesting that you should ruin others' relationships. I'm only here to help you identify different kinds of girls who tell you about their boyfriends, so that you can learn more about women. In Vietnam, if a woman tells you that she has a boyfriend, there are a few different scenarios. Scenario A: she uses her boyfriend as an excuse to reject you. Maybe she doesn't